Good day, Artesian Nation. It's Michelle Baugh, and I'm here to go over the school board agenda for this Thursday. Before we get started, I kind of just want to pinpoint some highlights coming off the week we just had. We had Teacher and Staff Appreciation Week. I just want to say again, thank you to all of our teachers and our staff for what you do day in and day out for Martinsville's greatest asset, and that's our students. So thank you. I'm sure PTOs outdid themselves. I heard a lot of exciting things was happening at the high school. So we do appreciate you and thank you. Also this last week, we just had prom and post-prom. Thank you for the high school sponsors for putting that on. I've heard great things. Kids loved it at the IU Memorial. Then they came back to post-prom for Night at the Oscars. Thank you to all the parents that have been coming out and helping with the props ever since January. One Saturday a month, we worked on getting the props together and getting that all organized and all put together to look so awesome. So thank you to the group of parents who did that. They decorated Friday night and then came out and worked the post-prom Saturday. It was an exhausting evening. If you can't tell, I was one of them that went. Parents, I know you know this, you need to be super proud of your kiddos. They were great. At post-prom, they were very courteous. They were thank yous, and you just have done a marvelous job. So thank you for that. Next is CAP Awards. I wanted to go over CAP Awards. This is something that the school board has been working on for a little while. What it is we all receive points. Each school board member receives points when they go to any training or seminars, regional, anything like that. We get points. Once you've accumulated 75 points, you're at level 1. Once you've accumulated 150 points, you're at a level 2. Now let me tell you, some of these trainings and seminars are only worth 1 point. So that tells you how much we have been going to seminars and training. Right now, I'm at a level 2. Steve Brock and Dave Reinhardt are at a level 1. Debbie will be at a level 1 before the end of this year, and Don has accumulated some points, and he should be a level 1 no later than next year. So to become an outstanding board, the majority of your school board members have to be at a level 1, and that's where we are right now. So we were just awarded Outstanding School Board, and so we're super proud of that. So we're just learning more how to do our part when it comes to running the school. Also, Debbie Lips has been on Rewind. I know she's been updating everybody on our new superintendent search. We just worked with the university team last week. We are narrowing it down and getting candidates and getting ready to interview those, and we will be updating you as we can. Thank you to all of you who filled out your survey. It was great to see the comments. It was great to see where you think we are in the school district. Last but not least, there's been some confusion on speaking at a school board meeting, so I kind of just wanted to try to explain it a little better. So let's say that there is a topic that you want to talk about at the school board meeting. And let's just say it's very fictional. Let's say you decide that you think we need school uniforms. So you're going to email the school board and say that you would like to talk about school uniforms. You're going to talk about how to implement them, how we're to pay for them, and just go down the list. So then that comes to the school board, and then according to our policies, Debbie Lips, the school board president, and the superintendent will then decide if that's going to go on the agenda. Now, what Debbie has been doing is she will relay it to the rest of the school board members, and then we all get to weigh in on how we feel about the subject. So let's say you do school uniforms, and it's 10 days out from our school board meeting, and we decide to that's a topic worth putting on the agenda. So you'll come and you'll talk about school uniforms. You get 10 minutes to discuss it. It will not go to a vote or anything that night. It'll just go into discussion. Probably have an executive and there would be a discussion over that. So that's how you would talk about a topic that's not on the school agenda. Second way to talk at a school board meeting is, let's say you wanted to talk about bus tracking. Well, the agenda we had, for instance, last month in April, had bus tracking on our school board packet. So you wouldn't be talking as a report about bus tracking. What you would do is have 3 minutes at the beginning of the school board meeting to discuss whether you thought it was good or bad. So that's the difference between the two speaking. And as always, we don't allow comments on the consent agenda because that has our employees' names on it, and that they're just not going to discuss them in public. So that is hopefully a little bit cleared up on speaking at a school board meeting. Again, you can always email us as well or contact your school board members. So now we're just going to get into the packet, and we get this usually on a Friday, look it over, do all of our questions, hopefully get them all resolved by Thursday, ready to go. These are all board pending approval as I go through the packet. We have not voted on them yet. The first is the consent agenda. It's really long. We have a lot of hires and retirements and transfers and ECA hires, so you can see those in your consent agenda. Next, this is a biggie. Jordan Korth has been selected one of 15 teachers in the nation to attend the Baltimore Chamber Orchestra conducting seminar. And this is huge. We're so excited for him. Congratulations. That's going to be up for approval. Bylaws and policies. We just have one. It's an entrance requirement and it's a first reading. So what that means is I get to read it many, many times to try and understand it for the second meeting in June, where we will then take a vote on it. Next, we're going to have a report from Dr. Moore, who will be discussing the Title IX compliance. So she's going to go into detail and talk about that. Next, we are having 2 votes, one for resolution number 424. That is for some faulty wiring that's here at the CEC building. The second resolution, 425, we are going into an executive session on Thursday to discuss that. So you'll hear more about that in detail, but right now it's going to be discussed at an executive. The next 3 motions are dealing with a bond hearing. Those are all due to law compliance by the SEC. This has been done and made up by our lawyer. And so those 3 motions are just going to contain to the bond that we did last school board meeting to update Brooklyn STEM Academy and add on the classrooms and the science labs. So this is just the legality part of that. And under other business, up for approval is donations. We always thank our community for all that they donate for us, so that'll be up for approval. Also, we're going to dispose the outdated elementary reading books. We agreed last month to a new reading series, so this is a new, we're just getting rid of them. Next up is approval for an Apex Learning digital curriculum, and that's for our kiddos at Hammonds and also will be used for credit recovery at the Martinsville High School. Also up for approval is the 2019-2020 textbook and fees. So that will be up for approval as well. Also up for approval is a joint fiber project with the city. What this is going to run fiber out to the bus transportation. We just approved the bus tracking. So this is going to help make that system work more efficiently. And next up for approval is a bid to accept 1,600 new Chromebooks. that we're going to get for the high school. As you know, when you get a new computer off the shelf, it almost immediately needs updated. So this is just refreshing and getting new Chromebooks. They are going to go in the high school. This is step one. We're going to keep the old Chromebooks that we replaced to be on hand and use for extras. When the next steps come up, it'll be the middle schools and then, or middle school, John R. Wooden and Bell, and then the elementaries. We're just doing it in steps so that we don't have to take the big hit of the expense of replacing a lot of the Chromebooks. So after we make the motions on the bond hearing, we're going to go into our board comments, which is always a great part where we highlight a lot of our kiddos and staff and some great things that have been going on. And then we will vote to adjourn, and the next meeting will be June 20th at 6:30, and that will be at the CEC. Also, thank you for checking out this agenda for the school board meeting. Also, if you can't make it to the school board meeting, do look us up online under the school board heading. Just click on that and you'll see where the school board meeting is, and it's all now videoed and you can see it and recap and all that. So hope to see you out there Thursday. As always, graduation is coming up. It's so exciting. I know the sacrifices, parents and guardians, that you've made for this day to come. We are going to wish those graduates a great future. You guys have done a great job with these kiddos. We just wish them the best. So thank you, everybody, for what you do. Our kids are awesome. Have a great day. Go Artesians. See you Thursday.